For years, product management followed a familiar playbook. Gather the requirements, write the PRD, prioritize the backlog, run your sprint rituals, coordinate across teams, ship features. That model worked in a world where building software was slow, expensive, and engineering bandwidth was the biggest constraint. But in 2026, that world is changing fast. AI is reducing execution time. Prototypes can be built in hours. Research can be synthesized in minutes. Code generation is accelerating delivery. Design iterations are faster now than ever, which means something important is happening. Traditional product management as we know it, built around coordination and process, is starting to lose relevance. And a new version of product management is going to be taking its place. So let's talk about what I mean by that. So many PM responsibilities were created to solve operational friction. Teams needed detailed handoffs. Specs had to be exhaustive before build even started. Cross-functional communication was slow. Design and engineering cycles were expensive. Decisions took weeks because changing direction was costly. AI is compressing many of these constraints into nothing. Today, a founder can test an idea in a weekend, a designer can generate multiple flows rapidly, an engineer can ship faster with AI copilots, a PM can analyze thousands of support tickets instantly. So if execution gets easier, then the value of the PM must shift also. So the PM of 2026 will not win because they run meetings well. They'll win because they create clarity in uncertain environments. So I thought I would give you just a short checklist of 4 things that you need to be mindful of, what this transition might look like. So here we go. So number 1, old PMs manage lists of requests. New PMs define a real problem worth solving. They ask the important questions like, what user pain matters the most? What metric truly moves the needle for the business? What should we ignore? What is the root cause behind this request? When AI can build many things, choosing the right thing becomes the advantage and the thing that you should be looking to do. Let's go to number 2. PRDs, product requirements documents, will not disappear, but static documentation is no longer enough. You'll no longer have PRDs or TURDs, as I like to call them, technical user requirements documents. Modern project managers or product managers will define decision logic, user journeys, guardrails, AI behaviors, escalation flows, and success metrics. These new product specs, they often put together a flow, and it's like prompt plus workflow plus rules plus measurement equals success. All right, let's go to the third one. Old PM success often depended on many meetings they handled. If old PMs that they were handling meetings, driving meetings, having meetings, new PM success will depend on, can they use or leverage AI to speed up their research, generate prototypes, analyze funnels, summarize customer calls, run experiments faster, or improve team output. Product managers who use AI well will outperform PMs who rely only on manual effort. If you're trying to do everything manually, you're going to fall behind. If you're not already in one of my AI application and Agile classes, what rock are you under? You need to get in that class. There's one coming up in July. We need you there. We need people in that class to help fulfill this prophecy. Because I'm telling you right now, these changes are happening in 2026. All right, let's go to the last one. So let's talk about roadmaps. The PM used to be the roadmap owner. Now they've become more or less the opportunity investor. So roadmaps used to fix quarterly plans and used to make all these fine-tuning adjustments. But when shipping gets faster, rigid planning becomes weaker. The best PMs will continuously reallocate time and technique towards emerging user behavior, new growth loops, competitor shifts, AI-enabled opportunities, high signal experiments, less calendar planning, and more capital allocated thinking. We need to get there. And here's a bonus. Number 5. As build costs drop, feature volume will increase. That means feature shipping alone becomes less meaningful. PMs must increasingly think in business terms like revenue impact, retention impact, conversion economics, trust and safety risk, margin implications, strategic moat creation. The future PM owns outcomes instead of outputs. So we're going to stop focusing on output, stop focusing on increased velocity, increased speed, increased number of projects to market, and you're going to start focusing on outcomes and impact where things really matter. So the question I get asked the most is, what of all the skills that a product manager should have, which ones are going to matter the most in 2026? And I'm going to go through a short list of what I think matters the most. Now, these are my opinion, but what I can tell you is this is what I'm observed in the marketplace. So here we go. Sharp judgment and clear decision making. You need to have those. Taste for great user experience. You need to understand UX now more than ever. A clear business understanding of vision, strategy, North Star strategy, and where we're trying to go. Speed of execution. Here's the big one. AI fluency. These people need to be fluent in AI, ladies and gentlemen. I've said it 3 times. Prioritization under uncertainty. They need to make decisions. And they need to have the courage to say no, that something's a bad idea. So what are we setting aside? What happened in the past that we're putting away? How about manual note taking? If anybody's taking notes manually now, that's kind of crazy. Endless meetings, including status meetings, trying to figure out what's going on. Overly detailed static PRDs and TURDs. No more large static product requirements documents or technical user requirements documents. How about no more managing Jira as a core identity? How about no more process just for the sake of having process, and no more being the communication bridge only between people? So if I put on my magic hat and made a prediction, my prediction would be many average PM roles are going to shrink. You're going to start to see average PMs go away. Strong PMs will become more valuable than ever. Their pay will increase, but they'll also have more accountability and more responsibility. Because AI doesn't remove the need for judgment, it increases the premium on your judgment and decision making. So traditional project management isn't going to disappear overnight. It's not going to go away by tomorrow. But as we speak, it's being rewritten. The future belongs to PMs who can combine strategy, speed, systems thinking, AI leverage, and business ownership, organizational change management. Those are the things they're looking for PMs to do. If you can put on that hat, that's going to help you be the successful PM that the organization is looking for. That's going to do it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have a topic you want us to discuss, learn more at AgileDad.com. I'd love to hear from you. And as always, we encourage you to stay healthy, stay well, and stay agile, my friends. Until next time, do take care. Bye now.